How do I go about this? I'm not talking in terms of physics. I'm not even talking in terms of philosophy right now. Nor am I using mathematics or geometry, really. But it's almost as if it's a puddle of all of it. I don't like to dabble in one pool all the time. So it's not the chart that drives me crazy. It's the fact that it will align with perception to degrees that I know it can. Because here's the primary, right? Powerlifting's yin and yang, seed of life, skeptical seed of death. You get the idea. Spider web of lies. No, that's not the point. The point is I can take the symbology and make sense of it in my own way. I'll give you an example. Philosophy is the combination of religion and philosophy. So to an extent, almost 50%, if not 45%, philosophy is a form of religion. It would make sense. It's an indirect form of religion, as where magic itself is an indirect form of science. Because the four circles, if you count the black and white circles, the smaller ones, and the ones right above it and below it, it's a mixture of two. This quantifies. Science is in fact mathematical magic. It's the art of discovering what is known in biology of what is, through trial, error, and ritual, as where philosophy is in fact prayer in a more scholastic format. It's understanding of the mind and the psyche, which is also an aspect of theology. Theology being the circle from between philosophy and religion, right next to it, right at underneath passive. But let's go back to the other chart. How I can read this? I'm sure anybody can. Anyways, you look at gravity into velocity, and you take this Gabriels horn, and it's almost revolutionary because friction does quantify with philosophy, and float is essentially the ascent of friction, or friction ascending, because the environment would have to cause friction to the buoyant object to become buoyant and float. So if float is to religion, this would suggest that the nature of religion is in fact rest. This quantifies in a very peculiar way, as where science, the active nature of science, is in fact velocity, and the analytical nature of science is in fact gravity in a way. Oh my God.